Welcome all you scallywags and lovely people. We welcome everyone here to League on Lock. Eric and Mark with you guys as we do the power rankings. It's that time. It's that time of the week where we get to round up the action that was in the previous week and rank the guys 10-1, doing some North America because we've got to talk about fiestas first.
Hey,
Mark
Tuesdays.
loves fiestas.
Love my fiestas. Love me some tacos, and I love me a Tuesday because Tuesdays you get to talk about power rankings. And hey, it's right after Monday. Monday's that day that no one wants to go back to work. The weekend's over. You dread it. Tuesday's the good day. Tuesday's like, all right, day one's down. We're on our way to our weekend here. Let's get it underway with some power rankings on a Tuesday.
It's a long countdown to start counting that early to the weekend.
Got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere, and we're going to start at number 10 for our power rankings because that makes a whole lot of sense, I would say. 10-1, the bottom half of the standings and the bottom half of the rankings in North America, pretty much the same as you would have expected after week 6 because, yeah, we're already on to week 7. Echo Fox and FlyQuest both went 0-2. Didn't really show anything that makes you think they deserve to be out of those spots.
Right, and this is a major misstep here for the FlyQuest squad, especially here, given how awful things have gone so far this summer split.
Top 4 in spring.
Compared to the spring split, a top 4 finish there. And when you're looking at here, of course, is that 4-10 record, 0-2 this week, and you looked at it, hey, if you'd been able to turn it around 1-1, 2-0 type of result there, that puts you back into the picture here to fight for the playoff positioning here towards the end of the split, and that would be exactly what you needed here. But an 0-2 is there's no worse option here for FlyQuest than to have what happened this past weekend.
The one positive for them is they're going to have enough championship points to get to the gauntlet, even if they lose out and go 4-14. They'll still be playing there, which
gotta love North America.
Gotta love North America. That'll be a spicy little first-round matchup in the gauntlet. Clutch. Golden Guardians both go down a couple of spots, and this 6-8 trifecta, again, something we've talked about a little bit. 100 Thieves, I think you have the most confidence in, at least I have the most confidence in, to get that final playoff spot. The Guardians, they have too many issues, and I don't know if some of those issues are fully solvable here in this split.
Right, and I think the issues with the Guardians definitely comes down to a little bit about communication and somewhat about the actual mentality here that I've noticed with the Golden Guardians is this over-eagerness to try and take these 50-50 objective type of fights, type of situations.
Worked out this fight.
And it's one of those situations where, yes, it does, but you're not going to win 50-50 every time. And as we did see in the TSM match, when you rolled through something around a 50-50 chance the other 2 or 3 times for an objective, you ended up losing them, and that's exactly how TSM gets back into the game and finds a way to win it here. And this is one of those matches that you look at Golden Guardians and you say, this is a type of victory that you had to be able to put in your bag there, move on with your record here. We're not able to do that, and that's why you look at a team like 100 Thieves, the proactivity, the type of decisive veteran status, decision-making that you're going to get from a player like Amazing and Ryu now that he's back here. Got to go rolling with the 100 Thieves. Nade shot, you're making playoffs.
Your ears heard that right. Mark's talking positively about 100 Thieves in 2019. Hey, can you believe that?
Things can change. Things can change.
It's a long and slow process, but yes, even talent-wise, this roster for 100 Thieves should reach a higher ceiling than the Guardians, even though Haunter and Froggen have been pretty fantastic ever since they debuted in those golden uniforms, gold and blue. Very nice, very nice. The top 5, obviously, there's only one change coming into this week, and that is Optic. They went 2-0. One win was only against Echo Fox, so I don't want to get too excited. But they did beat TSM, so why aren't they higher than TSM? Well, they went 2-6 leading into that, and they were looking highly questionable before this week. And TSM has had, listen, their fair share of issues here in summer, but I still think they deserve to be ahead of Optic.
This is a situation where, hey, tune in next week and see where the rankings are going to be for these two, because that's where you really want to see the progression from this point onwards. Because yes, you're right. 2-6 record for Optic heading into this type of situation. You can't be really expecting too much given the way that they were playing here. But you look at what happened this past week, the way that they played in all their matches, especially the TSM matchup and the control and domination that they were able to show. Yes, in part to the mistakes and the faults here from TSM, but you do need to give credit the way that they were playing around the map, the way that they were getting some of these performances from their players. And hey, Major shout-outs to Dokla, man. He was an absolute beast. We give him
Aatrox.
an incredible hard time here, given the results that he has put up so far in his career and what we expect that we might be able to get at the max potential here from Optic Gaming. He stepped up in a big way, and if that can continue for this Optic roster, man, they can go a lot further than we even ever thought possible for them.
I mean, TSM did do something very impressive where Dokla, Big, and Arrow all looked like all-pro members. They were completely popping off against TSM, and yeah, kudos to them. They performed really well.
Yeah, certainly outperforming their counterparts on the TSM side, and that's where you look here at the number 4 team and you start to think to yourself, yes, you've seen enough good performances, you've seen enough individual plays from these guys to think that, yes, there is some talent here, there is enough to keep them in this top 5 situation here. But man, if they keep floundering the way that they have so far, you're not impressed at all with any of the victories that this team is picking up here. You're seeing a lot of mistakes, a lot of issues that they're getting here in the victories. And then in the losses, they're so infuriating because it's a lot of issues that this team, players of this skill level, and a team that, even at this point being a relatively new roster, has spent the time together. These should not be showing up the way that they are. They should not be showing up given the performances that we had earlier in the year. And showing up now at this point in the split is a horrible timing.
Sometime we're going to have to do an LEC, LCS combined power rankings.
Oh, yikes.
Because it might
Scary.
be 6 EU teams before we're talking about TSM, or even a couple of teams above them in Cloud9 and CLG. We talked about the head-to-head of Optic not being enough to jump over TSM. Well, CLG's head-to-head win against Cloud9 is enough for them to jump into that second spot because those teams were a whole lot closer and evenly matched coming in to that head-to-head. And CLG, they look great. They look clean in that one. They had a 2-0 week, and I think they deserve number 2.
Hey man, they completely avoid the 7-11 means no longer an issue here.
9-9.
Going through here, picking up all these wins for the CLG squad. They're feeling good about themselves right now, and they should be feeling good about the way that they've played. And you're right, the reason why this squad gets the nod to jump over their counterpart that they took down in the head-to-head matchup is the type of momentum that CLG had been building now for the past couple of weeks. We had been impressed with what we were seeing from them. We've been starting to see more of a big picture from this CLG lineup, that what they were able to accomplish, what all parts of them would be able to do in different facets of the game. You're seeing it now, baby. This is the CLG that you wanted. CLG fans, man, it's been a long time for you to enjoy some of this spotlight in the sun towards the top of the NA LCS. I've been here for it. We've been talking about them. We hyped them up to be a dark horse pick to maybe get the win. But no, never happened. It's happening now. CLG, you're good, and you're good in the NA LCS.
Yeah, even if you go 0-4, 9-9, you're probably making playoffs, especially when you're looking at the teams knocking on the playoff door. Unlikely that they're going to be ending with a record like that. So rejoice, CLG fans, and rejoice, Team Liquid fans, because you're still number 1, clearly the best team in North America. And really, the other 9 teams are just taking away from your credibility at this point because you're completely dumbstruck.
Yeah, nothing left to prove here for the Team Liquid organization. You are absolutely the kings of North America right now at this moment, fully up as the number 1s here. And yes, the rest of North America, let's stop being a little bit silly here, and let's maybe put up our pants and get it together here for Team Liquid's sake.